Here's your wrestling news for January 7th, 2023. And we're starting off today with the truly stunning news of Vince McMahon's return, as the ex-CEO is now back on the board of directors. After news broke of McMahon's return, the wrestling world was rightly shocked, as were those working for the promotion. Not long after, a company-wide message to all WWE talent and staff informed them of an all-hands-on-deck meeting, and we now know exactly what was said. Prior to this meeting taking place, though, Stephanie sent an email to everyone saying that our founder, Vince McMahon, is back on the board of directors. Thanks to a recording sent to Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, we know that Stephanie McMahon opened the meeting, confirming her father's return, and said McMahon is excited to address the future of WWE's media rights. Handing over to WWE President and Chief Financial Officer Frank Riddick, he said that Vince has proposed a process in which WWE will create a portfolio which they will pitch to various potential buyers. Riddick also spoke about the phrase strategic alternatives that Vince used in his letter, saying that this could range from WWE merging with a company, being bought by one, or even taking the company private, a huge feat given that they have been publicly traded since 1999. The WWE president also reminded everyone that just because McMahon is back and has returned with the intention to sell WWE, that doesn't mean a sale is guaranteed. Riddick said that there is no assurance of a transaction with any potential buyer, despite multiple companies reportedly showing interest in purchasing the pro wrestling staple. WWE co-CEO Nick Khan addressed possible buyers of WWE, including Comcast, Disney, and Netflix, and said with negotiations about the media rights deals coming up, this is now the perfect time to look at potential buyers. Khan also said that when it comes to day-to-day operations, nothing is changing as he, Stephanie, and Frank will remain in their roles, Triple H will stay head of creative and talent, and Kevin Dunn will be head of production. Triple H remaining on as head of talent will come as a relief to many superstars, as WWE's morale among the locker room has been very high since he took the role. One anonymous superstar, described by Fightful Select as a top WWE talent, had questioned whether McMahon would return to creative, and a recently signed talent had said they would be blown away if Vince was head of creative again. Stephanie concluded the video meeting saying that it is thanks to everyone watching that WWE is well positioned, and admitted that there may be some animosity, but they wanted to clear the air. PW Insider later reported that despite rumors among talent, McMahon hasn't been seen at Titan Towers this week, and that no source would confirm rumors of him being at the Titan Tower gym for months. In an update, WWE told PW Insider that McMahon was not at their headquarters, which was confirmed by multiple sources. Vince McMahon is back with WWE, but as far as the company goes, his return won't change what fans see on TV. But it remains to be seen just how accurate that statement really is. What do you think of McMahon's return? Will he just be one part of the team as he is claiming, or does he have plans to be chairman again? Let us know in the comments below. It was in an SEC filing made yesterday that it was confirmed that McMahon is indeed back on WWE's board of directors, and he hasn't come alone. McMahon returned alongside Michelle Wilson and George Barrios, who were WWE's co-presidents until January 2020, and they would be replaced by one half of the current co-CEOs of WWE, Nick Khan. Since WWE's board has a fixed number of members, the return of McMahon, Wilson, and Barrios has led to the removal of Alan Wexler, Joellen Lyons-Dillon, and Jeffrey Speed, who were finished with the company as soon as the filing was made. It remains to be seen how this will impact WWE in the long term, and whether McMahon will stay true to his word about not being involved with creative. McMahon, Wilson, and Barrios were the key names at WWE for years, and after a truly wild 2022, 2023 is already off to a crazy start. McMahon's return is a truly shocking thing to see, as almost nobody thought this would happen after his retirement last year, and some even tried to assure it would never take place. On Twitter, Brandon Thurston noted that some of the board tried to block McMahon's return, stating that with government investigations into McMahon's alleged conduct pending, that this would not be the right time. While this letter sent to McMahon made it clear that many on the board felt his return would be a bad idea, it was ultimately a hollow gesture, as McMahon has the majority voting share and can therefore put anyone on the board, even himself. These are still early days into McMahon's return to WWE, and while he is eager to get back to working with the board of directors, many around the table don't feel the same way. We mentioned earlier that Wexler, Dillon, and Speed are the first three casualties of the second era of Vince McMahon, but they're not the only ones off WWE's board of directors. As Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful revealed on Twitter, Igance Lahoud and Matjeet Singh have both resigned from the board, but there is no confirmation as to why. Of course, speculation would suggest that the two resigned out of protest of McMahon's forceful way he's orchestrated his return, which effectively cost 3 people their jobs. Manjeet Singh's departure is a particularly notable one, as he was leading the investigation into McMahon back in July when the allegations first surfaced. With a total 5 people leaving the board of directors who were expecting many years in the role just a few days ago, this is a truly unpredictable time in wrestling, as Vince McMahon is once again near the top of the wrestling world. McMahon's return is being seen as a problem by fans and those in the wrestling industry who feel this will cause nothing but trouble, but the stock market is telling a much different story. After news broke of McMahon's return, the value of WWE stock rose dramatically and closed the deal with gains of 16.98% from the day prior. Simply put, news of McMahon's return and a possible WWE sale has made the company an incredibly valuable commodity, even if the fans don't see it this way. Reaching a high of $88.40 before the market closed, this is the highest the value has been in nearly 4 years, as in April 2019, there was a point that it reached $96.71. WWE's high stock price will no doubt be seen as attractive to potential buyers, as McMahon has already overseen a dramatic change in WWE, all within minutes of his return. Since McMahon's return, everybody has been taking to social media to share their reaction to the truly huge news, and AEW president Tony Khan has given his 2 cents. Khan has never shied away from reacting to WWE news, and this week is no different, as on Twitter, Khan said how everyone at AEW has been extra nice to him over the past 24 hours. Khan joked that it must be some belated holiday spirit, but is clearly alluding to the idea that nobody in AEW wants to be fired and possibly end up working for Vince McMahon's WWE. It was only a few months ago that reports came out of several AEW names wanting to leave and jump to WWE, excited at the prospect of working under the likes of Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Nick Khan, but McMahon's return has the power to change a lot of opinions. When Vince McMahon retired in July of last year, it was in disgrace, as the allegations of misconduct with employees had proven to be too much. We earlier stated how many on the board tried to encourage McMahon not to return, and those at WWE had some tricks up their sleeve to try and avoid his comeback. As Brandon Thurston explained, the letter from the board referenced a possible lawsuit by the board on behalf of unhappy shareholders. The board was seemingly ready to take McMahon to court for his actions following the allegations of misconduct being made public, but said they wouldn't on certain conditions laid out in the letter. Those conditions included McMahon repaying the company for the cost of the investigation into him, and more importantly, that he would not orchestrate a return to WWE. WWE's board clearly did not want McMahon back, but Vince has proven difficult to beat, and now he has significant sway in WWE, whether the directors like it or not. Following McMahon's retirement, many WWE superstars spoke about the company's new regime, and their comments weren't exactly flattering to the former CEO. While superstars didn't bury McMahon directly, they did talk about how working for WWE was much better now that Stephanie, Khan, and Triple H were running things, in a subtle dig at their former boss. Taking to Twitter, Vince Russo, a man who knows all about working with Vince, sarcastically wished good luck to all those superstars who slighted McMahon and praised the new regime. Russo added that from the day he retired, McMahon had stooges in the office reporting back to him, adding that payback is going to be you-know-what. It's worth remembering that Vince McMahon is not running WWE at this time, and according to what WWE and he have said, he has no intention of doing so. But we imagine there are some wrestlers who are reevaluating some of the comments they've made. While McMahon is dominating all news WWE related, there is still a company that is running, one that is always on the hunt for talent. Once McMahon retired, several names released during his tenure were brought back, and now another one may be coming home. Fightful reports that WWE has shown interest in hiring EJ Nduka, known in WWE as Ezra Judge, who recently finished with MLW and is currently a free agent. Nduka is set to honor a commitment to compete at an upcoming MLW show, but he is under no contract with the promotion, and time will tell if he is the next ex-superstar to be rehired by WWE. For months, Uncle Howdy has been a force to be reckoned with, attacking L.A. Knight and making his presence known in many Bray Wyatt segments. Fans have their theories as to who is under the mask, with their most popular being Bray Wyatt, but WWE isn't letting the cat out of the bag. As Fightful Select reports, whoever Uncle Howdy is, WWE is playing it close to the vest. Fightful has inquired repeatedly about who has portrayed the Bray Wyatt contingent gimmick. We are told that thus far, the person who is in the outfit doesn't take it off backstage in front of other people to reveal themselves. It has been reported that Bo Dallas will be the eventual reveal, but that WWE will try and throw fans off using the much larger Vincent on screen to make fans doubt themselves. Right now, there is no confirmation as to who Uncle Howdy will be or who exactly is the man we're seeing on SmackDown each week, and that's exactly how WWE likes it. This March will mark 22 years since the end of WCW, and there were plenty of factors to that company going under and being bought for a pittance by WWF. One huge problem from a creative side of things was creative control, when top talent could refuse to lose matches and essentially do what they wanted on TV with no punishment. Speaking on his Strictly Business podcast, Eric Bischoff spoke about creative control and claimed that a certain WWE superstar uses it to the fullest extent. Anybody that buys into the narrative that I let talent run creative in WCW and I gave everybody creative control, let me tell you something, Brock Lesnar has creative control, and he exercises the hell out of it, like the hell out of it. Since returning to WWE over a decade ago, Lesnar has won 7 world championships, has had incredibly long reigns with few appearances, and has defeated some of WWE's top stars. Whether Lesnar got these wins and titles due to WWE's booking or creative control, that's impossible to know for sure, but the Beast has enjoyed a career like no one else with some incredible perks. Earlier this week, Mercedes Moné made her New Japan debut over 7 months after she and Naomi walked out of a taping of Monday Night Raw. We know that Moné is with New Japan, but little has been said about Naomi, but don't expect the Glow to join her anytime soon. In the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, it has been reported that Naomi and WWE are negotiating terms for her return, but that a deal has not been signed as of this week. Naomi's former tag partner Cameron accused Moné of manipulating Naomi into walking out with her, saying it's unlike the Glow, and we'll have to see what the future holds for the former SmackDown Women's Champion. And we're ending today with WWE, and with talks of a potential sale, there's been discussion about who could be willing to buy. Comcast, Fox, and Disney are just some of the names being thrown around as possible buyers, but now a very unique name has shown interest. Since 2018, WWE has held shows in Saudi Arabia as part of a decade-long deal with the controversial Middle Eastern nation, and their relationship may soon get a lot closer. Front Office Sports is reporting that Saudi Arabia is interested in purchasing WWE in case the company's higher-ups decide to greenlight a sale. According to the report, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund is emerging as a possible bidder for WWE, but there's no word on how much money it is willing to spend. Last year, it was reported that WWE's relationship with the Saudis over 4 years has generated over $400 million, more than the combined ticket sales for all 38 WrestleManias. So far, Vince McMahon's spoken publicly about his intent to sell WWE, but his letter to WWE earlier this week stated that he's only returning to WWE to do that, while Stephanie and Nick Khan will remain CEOs. Whether that claim is true or not, only time will tell, and while many fans already oppose the current Saudi deal, WWE's relationship with them could be getting much closer. But what do you think of WWE selling to Saudi Arabia? Who do you think the company should sell to, if they should sell at all? Let us know what you think of this incredible story in the comments.